Yo, what's up, everybody? The Steam sale is almost over, so if you're still deciding what to grab, I've got you. These are the best games you can buy right now before the sale disappears. No filler, no garbage. Let's get right into it. First up is The Witcher 3 at $3.99, which is 90% off. This is honestly a no-brainer. If you somehow haven't played it yet, you're getting a massive open world RPG, one of the best stories in gaming, and characters that actually stick with you. You could easily sink 100 plus hours into this game, and for $3 is insane value. Even if you've tried it and bounced off, this is the perfect time to give it another shot. For this price, it's an absolute must buy. Okay, next up is Risk of Rain 2 for $8.24 or 67% off. It's a third person roguelike where every run gets more unhinged the longer you survive, stacking items, melting bosses, and eventually breaking the game in the best way possible. It's amazing solo, but it's way better with friends, and it's one of those games where you can jump in for 20 minutes or lose an entire night to. So if you like games that reward skill, movement, and learning systems, this is an easy recommendation. Next up, we have Subnautica for $7.49 or 75% off. If you've never played it, just know this. It's one of the best survival games ever made because it's not just crafting, it's pure discovery. You crash on an ocean alien planet and you start off just trying to survive, but the deeper you go, the game turns into this creepy, beautiful, what the hell is going down there kind of experience. The progression is addicting. You keep upgrading your gear and submarines so that you can dive deeper, find new biomes, and uncover what's actually going on. And I'm telling you right now, play it as blind as possible. Don't spoil it. For $7.49, it's an easy pick. Next up is Deep Rock Galactic for $8.99 or 70% off. If you want a co-op game that actually is built for having fun, this is it. You and your whole squad play as space dwarves mining in these procedurally generated caves, and it goes from chill to absolute panic the second the bugs show up. Every class feels useful. You've got the driller, the gunner, the scout, engineer. So it's one of those games where teamwork actually matters, but it's never sweaty. It's hilarious, it's satisfying, and it has that one more mission addiction. And at $8.99, this is an easy grab. Also, something that I thought I would note is the community is weirdly wholesome, which of course is never a bad thing. All right, so next up is Valheim at $9.99 or 50% off. If you want a survival game that actually feels rewarding, this is one of the best ones out there. It's a Viking themed survival where you start with basically nothing, build a base up, craft better gear, and then push into harder biomes to fight bosses and unlock the next tier of progression. The building system is insanely satisfying. The exploration feels cozy and dangerous at the same time, and it's way better with friends, but it still plays great solo. For $9.99, this is one of those games that you buy and suddenly it's 2 a.m. and you're still just finishing the roof. I definitely consider picking this game up, especially if you have a friend to play it with. You're gonna have an absolute blast. Next up is Stellaris at $9.99 or 75% off. And if you've ever wanted a game where you build your own space empire and write your own sci fi story, this is the one. It's a grand strategy game where you explore the galaxy, colonize planets, manage your own economy, and deal with diplomacy, war, and some genuinely wild events. Every run feels different because the galaxy is completely randomized, and you'll get these moments where you start as a peaceful explorer and suddenly you're fighting for your life against some nightmare alien empire, not knowing what the heck you're gonna do. So if you have $10, I absolutely would recommend this game. All right, so next up we have Dredge at $9.99 or 70% off, and this game is weirdly addictive. It's basically a cozy fishing game until it isn't. You're upgrading your boat, hauling in fish, and exploring these little islands, but the deeper you go, the more it turns into this creepy Lovecraft mystery where the ocean feels like it's watching you. The loop is super satisfying. Fish during the day, sell your haul, upgrade your gear, then decide if you're brave enough to stay out after dark, because nighttime is where things start to get super sketchy. If you want something chill, atmospheric, and genuinely unique, Dredge is a must at $9.99. Next up is Hogwarts Legacy at $5.99 or 90% off, and this is an absolutely insane deal. Even if you're not a huge Harry Potter person, this is a really solid open world action RPG. The combat is fun, the exploration is addictive, and Hogwarts itself is honestly the star of the show. You're going to spend half your time just wandering around, finding secrets, doing side quests, and upgrading spells and gear. And for $6, you're getting a full AAA title that can easily eat up your week if you let it. If you've had this on your wish list, this is the time to get it. Next up, we have Kingdom Come Deliverance, and for $5.99 at 80% off, this is one of the most unique RPGs that you can grab. This game is basically a medieval life simulator meets open world RPG. No magic, no fantasy, just a grounded world where you can start as a complete nobody and have to earn everything. One major gripe with this game is that the combat is different, it's more realistic, and it takes a lot of time to learn, but once it clicks, it's super satisfying. And honestly, this is the perfect time to pick it up because the second one just dropped, so you can play the first one for cheap, see if you're into the vibe, and then jump into the sequel knowing what you're getting yourself into. So at $5.99, I definitely pick it up and give it a try. All right, so next up we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and for 5.99 at 90% off, this is a ridiculous amount of game for basically nothing. You're getting a massive Viking open world with raids, big fights, exploring England, upgrading your settlement, basically the whole thing. Now, I'm going to be honest here, it can be super long. You can easily drown in content, but for $6, I feel like that's kind of the point. If you want a game where you can chill, clear camps, level up, and slowly grind your way through it over time, Valhalla is perfect. And if you're into the Viking stuff at all, this is an easy pickup at the price. And finally, we have BioShock Infinite at 7.49 or 75% off. And this is one of those games that everyone should at least experience once. It's a story-driven shooter set in Colombia, a floating city in the sky, and the atmosphere is unreal. It looks bright and beautiful on the surface, but the more you explore, the more you realize something is seriously off. The gunplay is fun and fast, and the power-ups you get make fights feel creative instead of just point and shoot. Plus, the set pieces in this game are absolutely crazy, like it constantly throws you in these big moments that just feel cinematic. But the real reason people remember it is the story. It keeps escalating, it gets mind bendy, and by the end, you're probably going to want to talk about it with someone just to process what happened. If you want a game you can finish in a weekend that actually sticks with you after the credits roll, this is an easy buy. Thank you to everyone who watched the video all the way through. I really appreciate it. This is probably going to be the last video on the Steam sale as there's only 2 days left on it. I just wanted to get a last minute video out for everyone who has not got anything on the sale yet. So thank you all for watching. There's more videos to come. Peace.